les bendiga una vez más. Gracias por acompañarnos. Thank you for joining us. And today we have Brother Joel Jimenez one more time with us.
Yes, sir.
El Chino.
El Chino.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about music. And
Yep.
I know he mentioned it a little bit in his episode about his testimony, but there's so
Now
much.
we're going to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right off the bat, favorite artist you ever played with?
Man, you're going to get me in trouble here,
I know.
bro.
I know.
Oh, man. I think one of my favorites has been Salvador, bro, and Jackie Velasquez. Yeah, because I grew up playing their music, listening to their music, like, oh, my God, I wish I could, play with them and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Years later, I'm not going to say how long, but years later, I get a phone call like, hey, man, Salvador's looking for a percussionist. Oh, okay. Wait, who? Salvador, man, Jackie Velasquez, they're going on tour. It's and we couldn't think of anybody else but you, man, to hold down the percussion. What? Oh my God! Yeah, I'm down, bro. I'm down, man. And those have been the nicest people that I have been blessed to work with. I mean, they treat us like if we're the stars, bro. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah. And so Nick, Jackie, thanks for the love, the blessing, the opportunity. And yeah, man, those guys are awesome. And the musical level, it's just like, boom,
Yeah.
you got to be ready to go.
So, you said one of your favorite artists.
Yeah, so I've gotten to perform with them. Another artist that I had an opportunity to work with, and this was more of production, background vocals, and all that, Emmanuel Espinosa. That was cool.
I'm sure.
That was cool. I was able to work in a few albums with him, do some background vocals. It was fun.
For Rojo or his?
It was
individual
for
stuff? Or some other stuff?
it was some other stuff,
Gotcha.
Other artists that he was producing, and so I got to do that. I think that's one of the coolest things. Oh, I got to write a song for Annette Moreno.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was cool.
Nice. Which one?
She recorded it. It's called Tu Amor Me Inspira. Yeah.
We got to look it up
Yeah.
and put it on.
Yeah, it's
We'll pause it right here and then we can put it on.
it goes way back.
Me haces volar encima de mis problemas.
Way back in the day, bro. But those are some of the most awesome
Yeah.
artists I've been able to participate with. And I also brought Pacheco, my boy Pacheco, to film some of the stuff that we were doing with Salvador, him and Mendizábal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought them both in. I was like, hey, man, film us while we're doing a rehearsal.
Yeah.
So that was cool to bring. I always bring my boys along.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Let's do this together.
Yeah, let's do this together. I think that's really important when you have creative friends and you want to see them succeed. And
sure.
if you're succeeding, bring them along. And hey, we're doing this together.
Yep.
Yeah. So shout out to my boys.
That's good, man. And it's an important point, about bringing others along. Because some people are just, they don't want to bring anybody along. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's humble beginnings. Always starting off the musical career was, doing, simple projects for, people that I respect and I still look up to, like my brother Mario Fernandez.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was awesome. The album that I had a lot of fun working with was we still had the twins at that time, and it was the album you were talking about, Canten Adios. Oh man, that was fun. That was like at the peak of our. Well, we were getting a lot better at that time. We were in our 15, 16 years old, so we were just we were sponges, man, getting all that musical knowledge, everything that the guys were learning at the school. They were applying, the blues scales and all this kind of stuff into their solos, and it was like, just like, taking the musical
There's
level.
so many genres in that album.
Right?
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but de ahí ya se escuchaba el sabor que yo creo que es lo que me va identificando. Que es que eso, la sangre, papo, en la sangre, bro. Salsero hasta la cepa, bro. Porque, I mean, that's what I grew up with, bro. I mean, we grew up with that, escuchando... géneros de tropicales, pues, el vallenato. Ahí se escucha la cumbia colombiana en ese... arrancando el primer tema, creo. No, el segundo tema. Por allí. Right? Y se escucha ya la influencia que ya traíamos eso con nosotros. No, a todos nos encantaba esa música. Bro, so.
And so, you know, you've recorded for others and everything, but you've also recorded some stuff.
Wow. Yeah, 2003 was when I did a little demo, 3-song demo.
Yeah. ¿Quién soy yo?
Not my favorite, but I've actually re-recorded it.
On the cover is blue, and it's Emo Joel on there.
Emo Joel. Yes. Yeah. But I re-recorded the song with my buddy Manny Lemus. And so we worked together on it. We had Joe Murgia on guitars. We have Chuy Torres doing bass. And we have my boy... I actually did the synths on this one, yeah. And that's it, man. We redid it, so hopefully it'll be launching out soon. I have the media team here. The media team here is going to help me, create this awesome artwork and music video. So be expecting it.
Yeah, we're waiting for it now.
Hey, dude, I'm really excited about it. It's now it sounds more to what like I was thinking back in 2003. That's a while back. But I had my buddy Ramon Moncho Canizales from Zona 7. Oh, I got to play with them too. I forgot. Yeah, I played drums with him for a while. So that was another band that I always looked up to. And then who else, man? I've had the opportunity to work, and I'm still working with Juan Salinas. We've been doing some projects. I do a lot of background vocals for him and whoever he's producing. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool.
I bet.
Yeah. You go in and you're like, oh, just casually, there's Grammys all around. Yep. Like, oh, okay. And then working with Jorge Santos when he always masters all of our stuff. And you go into his amazing studio, man. I mean, this guy has gear, just state-of-the-art technology, right? And you go to his studio, the sound is just, you feel your ears just like suck up all the sound. It's like, oh, and you hear everything so crispy and clear, so good. And then so you're like, oh my goodness. And then you see, behind his couch, a row of Grammys. It's like, oh man, you're in the presence of, Grammy Award-winning artist. Yep. And then you go to, Salvador in their house, and their huge house. And, in their home studio, they have Dove Awards, they have Grammys, they have, Christian Music Awards, whatever, and all this kind of stuff. Is like, oh, and then they have like, magazines that they were, out on and whatnot, and memorabilia and everything, and it's just like, oh my God, this is everything that I used to, and people that I used to look up to when I was a kid, and you're here. It's like, whoa, God, you're awesome.
Yep. Yeah. And one of the things that I know about you is you're very disciplined when it comes to music.
Yeah, I want to thank two great men that started that for me since I was a child. So, in the previous episode, we were talking about, at age 4, I was playing drums at my home church. And, I was a child. From 4 to 10, I had two great teachers. Now, they didn't sit there and teach me, hey, this is how you play the drums. No. My dad, he was the bass player and the lead worship leader at that time. For him, there was two things that were most important. Keeping the tempo and the groove. Márqueme bien el tiempo y me va a tocar el ritmo como es. Si no, ya no va a subir. That's how it was, bro.
Yeah.
So, I had to be a metronome, Y si yo no estaba tocando bien, con esa carita, tan amable.
Yeah. De papá.
De papá,
yeah.
Sí, no, márcame bien el tiempo. And he, and then Brother Mario, kind, gentle, and but he would always tell me, okay, you need to start getting better. This is around getting closer to my age of 10 or whatnot. So he sat on the drum set, and he taught me, a couple of things that he had learned from drummers that helped them with their speed. So he sat there, and he taught me, kind of like paradiddles, but in his own way, right? And so he taught me that. Boom. And that helped me to start getting better. At that time, I started listening to Alvaro Lopez, Dave Wakel, and, Chick Corea, and all these great, amazing artists, I would listen to all these great artists, and then him teaching me that, it was like, oh, so listening to Alvaro Lopez, I can do it because I can picture what he's playing because I've already practiced such and such rudiment, whatever. Then we had a brother in our church. He grabbed the twins and I. We were just getting into our teens, and he's like, I want to bless you guys. There's this church that's having classes for students, whatever, to teach them music. In that class, we had Felix de Leon, amazing trumpet player. He's one of my closest friends now. I was like around 11 years old, whatever. And then we had Bear, which is the keyboard player for Marcos for a while. Mm-hmm. He was a keyboard player there. And then we had Roland on drums. So at this time, the cats are already starting to go to get their. They're already. All the cats that I was playing with, super musically talented. We get there, and they're like, okay, we're going to teach you this and that. And we start playing because we've always played together. And they're like, why did you guys come here? We're not here to teach you. Let's just, let's just clean up what you have. And so, all right, so that's where I started learning the actual rudiments. And and it's like, oh, okay, whole note, quarter note, half note, and all this kind of stuff. So that's what I started learning. And it's like, okay. Then you had to, perfect it and playing more complicated music. At that time, that's when we started playing, Dave Wakel stuff, Spain, Chicken, and we started playing all these other tunes. Like, okay, so musically, you have to take it to a whole nother level. It's great for church musicians that they learn church music. That's great. Mm-hmm. It's great, but you have to learn how to play different genres, man. Mm-hmm. No, que yo no sé tocar este género. Y no todos podemos tocar todos los géneros tampoco, you can't put me, I don't play keys anymore, but you can't put me to play, like when I was growing up, like I couldn't play the, like let's say norteño and all that kind of stuff. I can't play that on here, bro. Like on drums, I could do it. Yeah. But at least if you know it in one instrument, it's like, okay, well, you kind of get the, the understanding of the genre. Every 16 bars, you're going to do this. Every, whatever. You understand the theory of it, right? Mm-hmm. So, musical discipline is very, very important. You have to dedicate time to perfect your craft. And I got a chance to speak to the symphony at Central, and you have to do it. You have to do it because the expectation now, it keeps growing. It keeps going. Mm-hmm. It keeps going higher and higher, right? So the musicians now that were playing at convention, they were a lot better than years ago, and I love it. Those are jóvenes, bro. Yeah. So they're all young, and they have that. They have the time. They have the time to really dedicate time to their craft and to perfect it. So do it, perfect it. Yeah, learn rudiments, learn different genres, chord progressions, all this kind of stuff. And you have to dedicate time to it. Right now is the time. Yep.
What's your favorite instrument that you ever played? I think I know what the answer is, but...
Yeah, I have two, man. I'm lying. I have three.
Hold on, four.
No, I have three instruments that are my ultimate and favorite instruments. Number one, my first love, the drum set. The drum set is, I love the drum set, man. I love the drum set. Mm-hmm. Second instrument that I learned how to play, and I thank my dad for this, is the conga. Mm-hmm. And then timbales. And there's no... there's times where like, the drums is my favorite, and then oh no, man, I like conga. I'm like, wait, no, I like timbales. But I love it all. And growing up, my dad helped me with conga. Then I had a teacher. This is when I went, secular music. I had one guy, Bo Sierra, amazing guy. He was like, I was wanting to play in bands, and then so I was like, hey, bro, let me play. So he's like, all right. So after a game, let me see what you got, bro. So I started playing. He's like, you're good, but you can be better. Mm-hmm. So it's awesome whenever you have someone that takes that time to, hey, you're good, but you can be better. Do this, polish this. So he taught me how to do, tumbao, like, the rumba, just learning how to actually play it the right way. Mm-hmm. And it's like, all this time, I thought I was playing it right. And at that time, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have, all this kind of stuff. So then he's like, learn it. And you have to learn your music. You have to learn your music. If you're going to go play anywhere, a professional setting, you have to learn the music. You learn the music at home. When you come to rehearsal, you're not learning the songs. You're there. You're ready to go. Yeah. Because they're paying you because this is your job. So you have to spend time at home practicing while you're driving, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, every time. Like, you're listening to this music. You have to learn it. Because next time, they're not going to call you. Yeah. You're not going to be part of the team anymore. And great, thanks, but no thanks. And there's been times where you're at rehearsal and this is the way it goes. Did you learn your music? Did you practice your music? Yeah. Okay, it doesn't seem like it. Thank you very much. You can go home now. And they sit there and they wait till you pack up all your things. You know how embarrassing that is? Man, bro. And they wait till you've packed up. All right. And while you're packing up, hey, let's call so-and-so. Let's see if he's ready. Yeah, bro. Así. Entonces, y esa es gente que es secular, bro. O también hay cristianos que también hacen eso. Porque, si ellos no suenan bien y es por causa de la banda, I'm sorry, bro, you can't do it. Y si uno está haciendo algo para el Señor, entonces la expectativa es aún más alta porque es para Dios, right? I have this thing. I've been coaching vocals since 2019 for Central for their convention. And I always have this when we come to rehearsal. It's time to go. It's time to go. We're learning. We're doing the harmonies. We're doing all that. There's a lot of things that I expect for them to have. They have to learn the lyrics. They have to learn the harmonies. A lot of times we're figuring stuff out because it's different once you're having a whole group of people singing, right? And we're still figuring things out, which is fine. We have the time to do it because we start in January. The event is not till spring. Fine, we have time to do it. But there's something with vocals that you have to take care of your voice, right? Don't be drinking all this crazy stuff that's going to hurt your voice. Take your lemon ginger teas, honey, all that stuff. Take care of your voice. That's your instrument, right? You can't, let me, it's not like, I need to tune it or whatever. No, you got to take care of it, right? And so I expect for them to sing together, finish together. There's crescendos, there's staccatos, all that stuff you got to learn, and we're singing together, not one person trying to outshine the other, none of that. No, you need to, this is a band, this is a worship band. It's different. It's not a solo artist, right? There is a worship leader, and he takes his time on that song, right? That's where their vocal outshines the others, right? But if you're singing as a vocalist, as a background vocalist, you better come in together, you better know your harmony, and you better sing it right. So, especially now, everything's in live stream. Yeah. You can go back like, ooh. Yep. Yeah, so that's how that goes. And I think it's very important to learn your music before you get to any rehearsal. And it's sometimes it's tough because our organization, they don't pay for their musicians. Everybody's volunteering, so it's different. But once if some of these cats are like, oh man, I want to go play at such and such church. I want to go play here and there. Well, if you want to get there, you better start learning your discipline here, and they don't play. They don't play around. Yeah. So, that's what I gotta say. Yeah. Con cariño.
I know along the years you've been in different bands that you've been part of, and with different members, or what's been your favorite one?
Man, everyone's different. Everyone's different. I think the key thing about playing with different musicians. Man, my favorite. I still gotta say Salvador, but the different thing is that you gotta listen to each other. Yeah, you have to listen to each other. Every musician has its own sound. They have their own. Even the musicians within themselves, they have their own chemistry. So you gotta observe. Okay, how do they do this? How do they do that? And a lot of times, they have their own way of playing the song. So they change the thing here and there. You're like, oh, whoa, that was not how it was on the, wherever I was learning the music. But I guess playing with those cats because not only is it about music, like it's fun, man. Hey, man, we're gonna go try this restaurant out, and we're always talking about food, tu sabes, bro.
Yeah.
And so it's fun, man. We go and we try out different restaurants at different locations. You go, you get to travel around and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. But being with them, I guess the way they treat, the way they make you feel. And I think that's something that's really important also to learn as a musician, as an artist. How do you make others around you feel?
Yeah.
Do they feel loved? Do they feel cared for? Do they feel the same? Are you giving the same respect that you're expecting for them to give you back? And there's a time for everything. There's time to play. There's time to, and then when it's time to work, it's time to work. But how do you make them feel? You make them feel comfortable. Your musicians. Do you take care of them? Do you provide them with a green room? Do you have water for them? Do you have? Because they're an important part. They're 80% of the service, bro. So they're just as important as the sermon, because they're setting up the atmosphere for God's word, right? For God's presence. So it goes beyond just, who's your favorite people to hang around with.
Yeah.
The ones that treat me right.
Hey, that's pretty. It's
self-explanatory.
True. Yeah. Over the years, there's been a lot of, because I think a lot of this new generation doesn't remember or doesn't know that you used to play back in the day.
Back in the day.
You know why I say that? Because there's kids at my church, and there's kids that I see in events and stuff. They don't know that I used to play.
Yeah.
All they see me now is the pastor or one of the leaders or whatever. And so it was so strange to one of the kids from my church. He was traveling with me on one of these trips, and I got on keys for after the service or something. I don't remember for what. I think I was showing them something, and all these kids were like, "You play?" I'm like, "How old am I?"
Yeah. There's a whole new generation. Yeah. There's a whole new generation that they have no idea, man.
Yep.
All the mess we had to go through, all the kicks and like, no, you're not good enough, and all that kind of stuff, and all the mess we had to go through to get to where we are now. Yep. Or they don't even know. Oh, dude, you play? Like what?
Yeah.
How come I don't see you playing here or whatever? It's like it's different. It's different now.
Yep. And how you used to have to MD the band without a talkback.
Without a talkback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember
that.
yeah. I had to MD the band con señales, bro. Like all the way from the top, all that kind of stuff. Chorus, verse, whatever, and all this kind of stuff. And then I remember that I started bringing in sequences because back in those days,
about 20 years ago,
we had the sequencer on the keyboard, bro. On the motif, so I would sequence everything there, bro, like whatever. And then I started playing. And I was the choir director back in the day, the youth choir director, and so we would if the drummer didn't learn the song, we're playing the sequence. I'm playing drums. You're playing bass. Let's go. I'm leading the band. I'm leading the choir from the drums, and you guys better follow what I'm doing. Yeah. Because you had to do it. And so I started bringing sequences in and all that stuff. And now everybody plays with playback, and all that kind of stuff. That's really, really cool. But yeah, that was, and you didn't have the metronome playing the whole time.
Yeah.
You had it at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you play with the pista.
Yep.
And it's just like, you better follow along. You better make sure you know this song 100%, because if not, todo cruzado and everything.
And no in-ears.
And no in-ears, bro.
Yep.
You had a big old monitor right here, and then it was blasting on you, and that's how you heard. Y cada vez en la convención, bro, hey, súbele. Bro, you're up all the way, bro. It's like, bro, I can't hear. Because, playing, man, my hearing is damaged, bro.
I'm sure.
It's really bad. I had a drum cage with no in-ears at Central back in the early 90s. We had the Yamaha Rockstar set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toms, snare, kick, and just a monitor, bro. And beating that thing up, like, I had stole something.
Yeah.
But good times, man. Good times. lessons learned, and yeah, that's what we had to go through. And now people are like, they got it made, bro. You got all this software that provides all this for you and everything. But the one thing that I do miss, we are a rare breed of percussionists. That's what I miss. Everybody has the loops and all that stuff. But man, sometimes I'm listening, it's like, man, I wish I could be playing perks with this stuff, because it's
a lot of percussion.
A lot of percussion, and it brings a whole different sound.
For sure.
A whole sabor, bro, like for real sabor. That's a machine keeping you on tempo, which is great.
Yeah.
Pero no hay, especially
there's no feeling.
There's no feeling, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes down to like merengues and all that kind of stuff. Ahí sí tienes que tener sabor, bro. Like let's go, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and we grew up listening to playing coritos and all this kind of stuff. So you hay que traer el sabor, bro. Bring it back.
For real.
Not just because I'm a percussionist, but there's not a lot of percussionists. We are a rare breed, but once you find them, it's like, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah.
One final question.
Yeah.
You play with a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite musicians that you've played with?
That I've gotten to play with?
Yeah.
Oh, man, there's a whole bunch, man.
Or if you could create a band.
If I could create a band.
From the people that you played with.
The people that I've played with. Oh, my God.
Or mentored or taught.
Yeah, that's tough. Because I have great friends that are, great musicians all around.
I'm trying to get you in trouble here, bro.
Yeah, you are, man. Because they're all my friends, my really, really good friends, my brothers. It depends the genre, but I like. Sure. I also like playing with my band, Cantico. Well, these cats are.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are awesome, man. But I want to say I love Manny on drum set, man. He's hands down one of my favorites. But then I also love Jonathan. My boy Jonathan. So it's like you're gonna have a drummer. Let's have two drummers. I love Pacheco. I love the way he plays, man.
But where would you put him on?
Oh man, that boy! I'll put him on synths, aux keys, and or keys and bass and synth bass, bro. Like all at once. He's a one-man band.
For sure.
Man, guitar players, man. Oh my God, that one's tough, man. Oh, I'd love Robert Prado, bro. That's my boy. Yeah. I love the way he plays. Then again, it also depends the genre,
Yeah.
He's a little bit. There's other cats that play amazing. Sport. He's sick, bro. I don't know, man. Percussion. I gotta have my boy Arnold Palacios. He is beast, bro. He is so.
You wouldn't put yourself.
Well, I'd put myself too. Yeah, man. Dude, I think that's I'd love to have a horn section. Felix on trumpet, Yankar on trombone. Let's see, sax players. Oh man, ooh, my good boy growing up, man, Nick Cedillo. We had him playing at Central for a bit. That boy plays trumpet, sax, and trombone. He is beast, bro. He is beast. I'm surprised. I haven't seen more of him than I should. He is amazing, super talented. So shout out to my boy Nick Cedillo. Amazing cats, man. Or even let's see. There's too many. Yeah. Vocalists, man.
Lead keys, though. You forgot lead keys.
Oh, lead keys. Oh man, my boy Pacheco's too good, man. I don't know, man. He's
on bass and on synth keys. And on lead.
And on lead. Yeah. He's doing it all, man. I don't know, man. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But vocalists, you know who I like? I love the way Giselle sings, bro. Oh, she is amazing. My boy Arthur. Yeah. Them two, and obviously my good friend Dalia. She's great. But there's also like other artists that are just amazing. I don't know, man. Anywho, that's too complicated. But it's cool, man. Just to if we could have such and such person. I would love to record like at least for us for Cantico. I'd like to have like a live. This is you hardly ever see this, so I'd like to have like a full salsa band and recording some coritos, but like sabor Latino all the way, bro. And I also like, right now I'm working on, I'm trying to bring my own music. So I have a couple of songs that are more just like vallenato driven, but like with rock and all this kind of stuff and more modern sounds and all that. Or even combining the retro from the 80s, the synths and all that kind of stuff, with what's current now and all that stuff. That's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, I hope it happens soon.
No, man. I think, like personally, you were always somebody I looked up to whenever I was little, and I was like, man, if I can ever learn to play somehow, just a little bit of what they know, I'll be fine. So no, I think my mom tells the story. I messed up so many of her cassettes. So I had to go rewind back, listen what they do. I was
the same way, man. Listening back, going back. What was funny? During convention weekend, you sat behind me at Central, and we're it's during worship. And you asked me this question, which is I never thought about it.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, bro, whenever you're singing along, what do you sing lead or do you sing harmony? And I'm always like, I sing harmony most of the time, but it also depends on, the part or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll sing lead on this part, whatever.
Yeah. It's always been interesting to me. I never learned how to harmonize. I've never learned that.
Oh, man.
I don't know how to do that. I've never, I hear it sometimes and I can do it sometimes, but then I lose it. I'm like, huh? So then I wonder, like, whenever you actually can do it, how do you do that? What do you think of?
Sometimes I hear the harmony from the soprano and I'm hearing, I don't sing it that loud because I'm not a soprano singer, but I hear, or if I hear that they're missing the harmony on that part, I sing along on that part. Oh, they're missing this harmony, so I need to sing this part because it's missing it, or whatever. And I don't know, my mind works so weird.
Yeah.
Or they're playing a song at the church, whatever, and I'm like, oh, they could do this arrangement, they could do this, boom, 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 and it's like, oh, or you could have this horn section, this horn line right here, and it'll make it sound so much better. Whatever. So it's always, and my wife's like, can you just sit there and enjoy the service? Like, oh, it's a little hard. My mind's like running like a million miles an hour, dude. Or you see like the graphics, ooh, those graphics, bro, come on. Yeah, or you see an opener video and you're like, but it's always because you're always striving for something better, for the best and all that kind of stuff. Because that's how we were taught. Pastor Sieto always said, to God you give your best. You don't go halfway because God didn't go halfway for you. Yeah. So you go above and beyond. And so that stuck with me. And also my Japanese upbringing, bro, like the discipline area, bro, is like, that just comes with it, bro. So it's like, you got to be very disciplined. You got to be, and you're always trying to something better.
Hey, I completely agree. That's awesome. Something I always said. We got to do the best we can.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's been one of the biggest things from being able to sit down with you, talk to you, these episodes. Always do the best you can.
Yeah.
Always do the best you can.
Yeah, you got to give it all you got.
Yep. And so thank you for being with us again, bro. It's been a blessing.
Thank you for having me, man. It's awesome. I love it here. This is cool. Anytime you want to bring me back, I'm more than welcome to.
Yes,
more than happy to be here.
For sure.
I'm welcoming myself.
So if y'all don't see him again. No, but thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate y'all watching this video and share it with somebody. I think it'll be a blessing to your life. So thank you again, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. God bless you guys.
All right. See you, Activados.
Hola, gracias por conectarse aquí con nosotros en Activados en esta semana. Para nosotros fue un privilegio tenerles conectados con nosotros y espero que este episodio haya sido de bendición. Si usted no se ha suscrito al canal, por favor hágalo lo más pronto posible. Comparta estos videos con su amigo, una amiga, sus hijos, tal vez su abuelo le guste, nunca sabe uno. Por favor, conéctese siempre, cada semana con nosotros. Siempre vamos a traer algo nuevo y le va a gustar mucho a usted. Siga las páginas de Instagram, siga las páginas de Facebook. Siempre estamos poniendo nuevas cosas para ustedes. ¡Activados!